Good morning, good night, good afternoon, you beautiful patriots, you. So happy to see you guys today. Yesterday I had a little bit of mic issues. I hope today is a lot better. It should be. But I just I just want to warn you that everything you're going to be seeing on the MSM, mainstream media, sock puppets, is going to be brutal. Completely brutal. I want to take you to Dave Rubin, and Dave's going to explain, uh, or he's going to let you in on our very good new friend, let's just say. And wait. Now, every normal person knows what you're going to hear is not the truth. All right. So take a little listen to this. Go ahead, David, and please like, subscribe me, and share me. But I'll put the links in the bottom, and here we go.
Right now. What I do care is if you are in a position of power that you are, let's say, roughly competent. That would be nice. That you wouldn't lie all the time. That your driving force in life wouldn't be to deny truth, especially if you were, say, I don't know, White House press secretary. Well, this woman, Karine Jean-Pierre, in the 2 weeks on the job, basically is worse than Jen Psaki. It is incredible. I cannot believe it, but she is worse.
I totally agree.
Listen to this lie.
What we're trying to say, what I'm trying to say to you, is that the economy is in a better place than it has been historically. And so we feel here at this administration, and other experts as well, is that we feel that we are in a good position
Experts?
to take on inflation.
Experts
We are
at
in a good
lies.
position.
Well, obviously, to hear that with the inflation of gas, the other day I went to buy cheese, the grated cheese that's normally about $2.99. It was like $6.99. So when you see your gas tank, I remember 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, we were at $1.98. We actually broke here in South Jersey, broke under $2 a gallon. And we had it all coming in from the pipeline. But my suggestion, and we'll move on from this, my suggestion is what they're doing, and go out and try to buy a 2022 pickup truck. It's half the price or one-third the price of a house. It's anywhere from $50,000 to $70,000 for a brand new pickup truck that takes gas. So if they raise the price of brand new trucks and they raise the price of gas and they make it more scarce, what do you think they're going to do next? This is a whole plot to make everything electric. Now, do the Elon Musks make out in this? I'm not quite sure yet because I can't go right out now and buy a Tesla or a Prius. Just not in the market right now. But that being said, that is what I think is their plan, and it's to demolish the use of gasoline vehicles, right? So anyway, let's get back to some of the stuff I want to show you. This is pretty scary. Now, this was, I believe, last night. And here's good old Marco. Look at him straight in the eye and telling us what's going on. Get him, Sean.
Do you see a correlation to the animosity, hostility, and doxing of these justices?
Yeah, I have a terrible feeling about this, Sean. I think this is headed in a very dangerous direction. I think the last time I was on this show from this very studio, I said that at the time. And here's why. This is a country of 331 million people, okay? You have people out there basically saying that these members of the Supreme Court...
Now listen here. Listen. This is real, what he's about to say. All right? Just trust me on this. This is very, very real and reality.
Are equivalent to the Ku Klux Klan, to Nazis. You've had some sort of saying burn the place down. 331 million people It only takes a couple of them to look at that and say, well, if these people are that evil, the next step is to just take them out. And that
Now hold on. People were taken out on the streets a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. We had the summer of riots. People were dying, billions of dollars of damage. And even President Trump wanted to send in the troops, and they were denied. Well, what happened with January 6th? He wanted to send 20,000 troops in 4 days before, 3 days before, 2 days before to protect our government. And now you have people that are completely depressed, stressed, hurting for money, being told to stay home and here's some money, whatever. The lack of social with the masking and the pandemic and the death and destruction, plus the riots. And 2 years later, you have people going out with guns and doing what they're doing. And Rubio's calling it straight out.
That's just the Supreme Court justices.
Our justices.
We've got hundreds of members of Congress that don't have U.S. Marshals outside their home, and we want to thank the U.S. Marshals for the role they played, or we would be having a very different day here today in Washington.
Yep.
But this is an incredibly serious thing. This is not the only guy in America with these thoughts in their head. And I have a very bad feeling about the direction this goes on either side. I'm not in favor of this happening to anybody. I don't want protesters showing them outside the house of Nancy Pelosi or Chuck Schumer.
It's a law. It's a law that you can't go there and do this. And you know who is complicit? Our president and the administration. They're letting this happen, and they're not saying, knock it off. You can't go that far. Absolutely, should you be able to protest in front of somebody's house? As long as it's pretty much safe and not threatening. But we can't have that. You can't have Maxine Waters just saying, if you see them, confront them. You can't dox people. You can't go to their houses. That's not technically playing fair. Where you can go, though, is the steps of Congress and stand outside there. You can go to your state Congress and stand outside there and have the news show up and tell your side of the story. But it's not happening. They're not letting this happen. They want us to be so held down that we might rise up. And that is super scary. So let's move on. I'm going to leave that comment in there. Let's move on now. The 6 ABC with the January 6th, there was a producer that was an ex-ABC. So here's, our GOP guy, congressman, and he's going to have to be under stress of this woman asking him the questions that I give him. He's got the gun up. I don't know if that's pretty cool, but he's got his gun up behind him. But listen to what he has to say. And it's a little garbly because everybody's doing their, earbuds and stuff. But just check this out.
For you. How effective do you feel that Liz Cheney's message to Republicans about those who continue to deny the events of January 6th essentially will that dishonor will continue with them long past that day?
Well, I didn't watch the hearing. I'm not sure what Liz.
He said he didn't watch it.
She's pretty much been excommunicated from the party as far as any. I don't really feel that.
Remember, with January 6th, we don't have one red blood patriot in there. It's a dog and pony show, kangaroo court. It's not even a court, and it's not even a trial. It's not even an arraignment. It's nothing. It's a show.
Has any validity within the party now because of some past actions leading up to this. It's when you keep saying Republicans, but the Republicans, as you remember, were denied when Leader McCarthy tried to put people on there. His choices, they were turned back. And that's why it ended up just being Liz and Adam Kinzinger were the only two Republicans on the
both rhinos.
And the whole thing, honestly, ma'am. I mean, you're at ABC. They've hired James Goldston.
Boom.
Who's the Speaker Pelosi did it with taxpayers' money, hired him to produce this event tonight.
You and I are paying for this.
true Hollywood fashion. Don't get me wrong, it was an awful, awful event. And the folks that, once they crossed those barriers, they could yell and scream, do all they want. But once they crossed those barriers, they were criminals. And I was there. I was actually the last person to leave the House floor.
Now,
so I have a pretty good,
first of all,
pretty good
I totally agree with the congressman. We should not, nobody should have crossed that barrier. Not at all. And I stand with that. But to not have support for those officers, and I don't want to see any officer hurt. I don't want to see any protester hurt. I don't want a congressman or a senator or the president hurt at all. I want us to be heard. I want real election transparency that lets us know that if we voted for somebody and they didn't get it, well, then we lost fair and square. But since 2020, I am in full opinion that there was something going on, and all I care about is I want true, honest answers, not puppets telling me everything. Think about it. Right now, think about it. FBI, DOJ, WHO, CDC, local to up, our United States government, our FBI, CIA, everything is in turmoil and untruth. And you're going to tell me the one little last bastion of truth we have is elections, and 5, 6, 7 states that made the biggest difference were topsy-turvy? I mean, come on. This is real, folks, and I'm doing my best to try to wake people up.
I view of that when everybody else had left. So I have my opinion of that myself. So
I'm curious to know what your opinion of that is, and why you didn't watch tonight. You were breaking up a little bit, but I think you said, I heard you say that you did not watch the hearing. Why was that?
It's not a hearing, ma'am. In a hearing, you allow folks to come in and speak on all sides. This was an orchestrated event.
Boom.
You know it. I know it. You have ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN blocked off all this time for it. An ABC executive was hired with taxpayer money to produce it. I'm not surprised you didn't have an opening intro song with the thing, because this thing has just been produced. The riot was horrible. There's no question. I hate.
All right, so there we go. We're going to move on, and I'm going to have a nice weekend. I want you guys to have a nice weekend too. I just had to let you see that because we really need to spread love and truth. And I'm at BFES56 on Twitter. I got the 3 dens, the tigers, lions, cheetahs. If you look me up, hashtag them, look me up on Twitter. I got Dave and Leah. They're amazing patriots. One's across the pond, and the other's all the way on the other side of the United States. And just the 3 of us alone are building beautiful rooms for patriots to keep getting our message out. And I do want to say, I always love to give shout outs, right? Always. I love to give shout outs. So there you go. You can see me there. And make sure you follow me, like me, subscribe. I'm on Rumble and YouTube. And as a matter of fact, yesterday I did a YouTube video that finally got canceled. So maybe I'm doing something good, right? I got canceled. Bingo. So that's pretty cool. Kind of proud of myself there. But I don't want to be canceled. I want the truth and love. And all it was saying that if Schumer and Maxine Waters can tell people what to do to other people, then why don't we put those two together in with Trump and kill 2 birds with 1 stone? Scott Adams, thank you, sir. So anyway, let's do our shout out. Now Matt's my man. All right. This fella right here is just, I've known him for 3-4 years now on Twitter, and an amazing patriot. I'm very thankful. I'm in one of his rooms. I'm very thankful for everything he does. Please follow him. It's at Matt J. Slats right here. Get on that, and you're going to find out some great stuff. You're going to get a good friend, good patriot, and trust me when I say, if I do a shout out, I'm giving you the best of the best. So Matt, I love you, brother. Keep up the good work. Pretty much other than that, I'm just thankful that you guys are with me. I'm thankful I'm with you. I want you to have a good weekend. It is Red Friday. Remember everyone deployed. Man, woman. Remember them. Because patriots lift up patriots. Gretchen at Code of Vets takes care of patriots that have fallen, that need help. And I suggest that you get to her. You can follow her. I'll put the link down in the bottom, and make sure you sign up with her. If you're a patriot that wants to lift up another patriot, please go there and put in any kind of help you can. And if you need help, submit your circumstance, and you will get answers. So with that, kiss, love, hug a veteran. They'll do it for you. They've done it for you. They die for you doing it. And it is Red Friday. So my love to those who have fallen and to the families of the fallen. I'll see you on the other side. Have a great weekend.